If you are a Christian teenager and you're wondering and seeking for ways to stand for Christ in your school or in your community, this video is for you. And if you are a parent of a teenager and you want to help your child stand for Christ, this video is for you. Watch to the end. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Adaoma. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a first-time subscriber, thank you for tuning in today. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for your love. So today I want to talk about how teenagers can stand for Christ even in today's world. Yeah, in today's world. I know many of you know this character of the Bible, Daniel. So yes, we must have studied him in our Sunday school, our youth groups, yeah, and we always know Daniel stood for his faith. So Daniel was taken from his country into Babylon, taken into captivity, and in this new country the king changed their name and trying to even change their beliefs, change what they stood for. Daniel was kidnapped from his country into Babylon, and in this new place he found himself. The king changed their name, trying to even change their culture and their beliefs, but Daniel even stood still. So how can we today as teenagers stand still for Christ? One way we can stand for Christ is know your values. Now, what are values? Values are the thing you cherish. Values are the things that are important to you. I wrote a book for teenagers, and it's here. I will put a link to it in the description box here. It is Guide to Life Success, and I talked about values in this book, and I'm just going to read it. Say, values are simply the things you believe are important to you, the things that determine your priority, determine your personal quality. So Daniel had values, and the Bible says that he did not defile himself with the king's meat, the meat that was already sacrificed to idols. So number one way teenagers today can stand for Christ is to know your values. What are your values? Do you even know your values? One way to know your values is to read this book and find out how you can know your values. If you value kindness, you will jump at opportunities to help people. If you value learning, you're always inquisitive. You want to learn more. So know your values. Now, number two way I believe that teenagers can stand for Christ even in today's world is to be a person of integrity. Now, remember the story of Daniel. Now, the princes and the rulers, they sought for something against Daniel, but they couldn't find. Like, what can we do? This guy has had an unquestionable character. There was nothing to pinpoint to say, yeah, he's a bad guy, he did this wrong. Today, one way to stand for Christ is to be a person of integrity. Teenagers out there, if I go through your phone, if I go through your browser, your browser history, will I see something questionable? And another way I think about this is, in school, yes, everybody will feel like cheating. You can cheat. It's exam. I want to pass. I want to be the best student. I want to have the best grade. And so you do anything. And sometimes our parents really don't make it easy for us. They put this demand, this pressure on us to come back with good grades. And, we want to by all means. And so we cheat. Some people go as far as, breaking into the examination office, taking past questions, and somehow past questions, the exam questions are leaked, and and everybody is like, oh, I want to study the question before the exam. A person of integrity wouldn't do that. So you see, Daniel was a person of integrity, that there was nothing the princes could use to pinpoint like this. Even if you use a needle or pin to fish out anything, there was nothing they could pick. The third way I think teenagers today can stand for Christ is to have courage. Now let's go back. Remember, Daniel had 3 friends, and the king at that time had told everyone, once you hear the trumpet, everyone bow to this golden image I have set up. But what did these guys do? The king, even if our God will not save us, will not bow. This speaks of courage, even in the face of Like in the face of death, they're like, I'm going to stand still for what I believe. Now, in your schools, it takes courage to be the one person that will stand out. It takes courage to be the one person that will be different, to dare to be different. I remember have courage to stand out even when your classmate, even when everyone around you is partying and smoking and, having sex and just, doing things that would destroy their future. You need to have the courage to say no to these things. No, I'm not going to destroy my body with hard drugs. No, I'm not going to destroy my life, with wild party. You need to have the courage to say no. The fourth way I think teenagers today can stand for Christ is to have great friends. Now, I want to believe that one of the things that helped Daniel at that time was that he had other people who had the same value with him, people who thought like him, people who believed the same thing he believed. And I think it made it easy for him to stand for what he believed. So have friends who believe the same thing you do. You cannot believe one thing, have another friend believe another thing. You have clashes, and teenagers don't really get this thing. I know at this age you want to be liked, you want people to love you, and then you kind of lower your standard to be liked by people. No, you do not need to feel that you should lower your standard to fit or to be loved by people. Have friends who believe the same thing you do. The Bible says that can two work together except they be agreed. You can't work together, you can't mind the same thing if you don't believe the same thing. You can't walk the same path if you're not going to the same destination, right? So you must have friends who believe the same thing you do. Number 5 way I think teenagers today can stand for Christ is to have great spiritual discipline. Spiritual discipline are practices that help us to that enrich our lives and help us to develop a relationship with God, like prayer, studying the Bible, meditation. Teenagers today do not find that time to sit down and study. Everyone today is just busy from school to school, and then busy TikToking, and we don't find that time to sit down and be saturated with God. Yeah, great spiritual discipline not only helps you to have a great relationship with God, it also enriches your life. And by enriching your life, it helps you to also enrich your relationship with others. And I think the last one I'm going to say is be a person of excellence. Now, this is one thing I wish I knew as a teenager. Christianity is not synonymous with mediocrity, and I don't know where people get this from. They do everything average, everything. God is an excellent God. I mean, when God created the world, it was perfect, right? Perfect world. That is the kind of God we serve. So, as a Christian, to stand up for Christ, be a person of excellence. Remember Daniel. The Bible says that Daniel had an excellent spirit. He was found 10 times better than his counterpart. In your academics, study more. Be a person of excellence. Go the extra mile. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it diligently. Do it with everything you've got. Be a person of excellence. When you be a person of excellence, it's easier to stand for Christ. Now, because Daniel was a person of excellence, the king had no option but to put him among the presidents in a foreign country. Be a person of excellence. Did you love this video? Please share with your friends and as many teenagers that needs to hear it. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please, what are you waiting for? Just click this subscribe. It's not going to take you anything. Just subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I release any new video, you will be the first to receive it. Okay, thank you for listening and thank you for staying tuned till I come your way next time. Keep living intentional. Bye for now.